Hi, Wes Scott from Lifeback Law Firm. Today we're going to talk about income and bankruptcy in Minneapolis, Minnesota. In bankruptcy, when we're talking about a Chapter 7 or a 13 bankruptcy, and whether you do a Chapter 13 where you make payments back to your creditors or a Chapter 7 where you don't make payments back to your creditors, is largely determined by your income and expenses. If you've got the ability to make a payment back to your creditors, you have to do it, right? So we look at your income and expenses and we basically run them through two different tests. One, are you over the median income? Is your household gross income over the median income? If it is, then we apply this means test to determine whether you should be in Chapter 13 bankruptcy. But the other part of this is when we look at your actual budget, if you've got money left over after you make your reasonable and necessary monthly expenses, then you have to also do a Chapter 13 bankruptcy. So again, if you've got the ability to make a payment back to your creditors, you have to do it. This has always been the case. Over the years and the decades, there's been different tests and different standards to determine whether somebody should be, in fact, a 13 or a Chapter 7. But I've always looked at this as kind of common sense. And there are people who are going to have budgets who they say their expenses are ridiculously small simply because they've been living too frugally. I mean, they haven't gotten the proper health care. They haven't gotten the proper food, the proper diet. So all of these things are taken into consideration when we determine whether somebody should file a Chapter 7 or a 13 when the time is right. When you're ready to move beyond an overwhelming debt problem, reach out and treat yourself to Minnesota's most kind and helpful bankruptcy law firm. You're going to be so thankful you did. Consider hitting the subscribe button.